happening? Welcome back to the channel. You're watching 100% NUFC. My name is Sharky, Newcastle United fan. We're going to be talking the full match review. It finished at the Kassam Stadium last night. Oxford United 2, Newcastle United 3 after extra time sees my club, Newcastle United, progress to the 5th round of the FA Cup for the first time in 14 years, and how we had to fight tooth and nail to get through, and how we had to sweat at times to make it through, how Oxford didn't make it easy for us despite, the difference in divisions. Oxford United being League One, my club Newcastle United being the Premier League club. In watching that game, you wouldn't have known the difference given when Oxford United got their 2-2 equaliser in the 90th minute. And I tell you what, they gave their absolute all in terms of what they've got in facilities, squad depth, what they had on the bench, and they made us look really bang average at times. And let's be fair, we are a bang average Premier League club in terms of a little bit of quality that we'll have, not a lot of it. And it was all thanks to a little bit of Champions League quality in St Maximin, who got us out of jail, bailed us out, and got us through to the 5th round of the FA Cup. But before I talk about the review, you have to give credit to Oxford United. All credit goes to them for making a game of it, making a tie of it, and not, throw the towel in. Because when you go 2-0 down against a Premier League club, home or away, it's very easy just to think, well, they're the better side, they've got better quality, and that's it. We'll focus on the next game in League One and let's get promoted to the Championship. Well, they didn't have that mentality, and you've got to give the fans credit for sticking by them in the second half as well, when it could have been a case of let the game peter out when they didn't, and they had a plan to get back into it, and they got rewarded for persistent and not giving up. And of course it was their own downfall for the reason why Oxford, got back into the game in the first place and got their equaliser with the last kick of the game to force extra time. But let's jump straight into the review. So going into the match, this was Steve Bruce's starting 11. In goal, Carl Darlow. The back four, or back five as you'd like to say, you've seen the likes of Shaw come into the side, Lascelles, and that should be good enough to see, Oxford not scoring a goal on the night. In midfield, you see Bentaleb, the Longstaff starting, Sean and Matty. We were looking for a strong performance from Sean Longstaff on the night, and we did get that. Up front, Almiron with Joe Linton up front on his own, so that should have been good enough to get the job done. And in the first half, it was looking rather good, for us. And first 15 minutes, we didn't let the occasion get to it in terms of being on TV, being down at Oxford, a really small ground. We started off on the front foot, creating some chances, causing problems to the Oxford defence, and we rightfully took the lead on 15 minutes through Sean Longstaff when Almiron on the left-hand side, he crossed the ball in. Joe Linton controlled it in the box. Nobody was picking him up, and he set up Sean Longstaff. He took a couple of touches as he was running with the ball, and he fired it straight into the top right-hand corner past Eastwood. He had absolutely no chance. Some poor defending there by Oxford. They ought to have got a little bit closer to Sean Longstaff, but we couldn't care a jot. We're 1-0 up, and we deserve it after having a really good start. And I'm thinking to myself, watching the game, please do not mess up. Let's go for the second goal. Yes, Oxford did have a couple of moments where they could have equalised, and Carl Darlow was, keeping winning the match, but we did get our second goal through controversial circumstances. When Oxford did go on the counter-attack, apparently there was a foul on Brown. That was waved away by the referee. The ball was played over to Joe Linton. He was onside, and he managed to take control of the ball. He beat Dickey, the centre-back, and he put it past Simon Eastwood when he went one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and it's 2-0. And you're thinking to yourself, finally, we've got a little bit of breathing space between ourselves and Oxford United. What's going to happen to us now? And we're going to go on and get the third or the fourth. Well, that's what I was hoping. But Oxford had other ideas. They didn't just throw the towel in. They didn't just let the game, go against them. They had a really big chance when they had a shot from inside the box. It was a great save by Carl Darlow, point blank, and they should have got a goal there and then. But if they'd got a goal back to make it 2-1, it would have been interesting going into half-time, but they didn't. Going into half-time, it was 2-0 to us, and I felt we deserved it, on the chances created, being the Premier League side. Oxford didn't really threaten too much in terms of that only chance that they created when they went 2-0 down. But fair play to, Oxford in the second half. I thought, we were going to go out and start off better and look for the third, look for the fourth. I wasn't saying that we weren't looking for the third or the fourth goal, but Oxford, they obviously had a game plan where they weren't just going to let the game peter out at 2-0 and get out the FA Cup as fast as possible. They wanted to make a game of it, and they got in our faces. They've done exactly what they should have been doing. You know, it's St James's Park, and they were causing problems right from the off, and we couldn't live with them at times. And Matt Ritchie committed a really bad foul on the 84th minute when there was only 6 minutes to go of normal time, and it was a really pointless foul. I mean, the player wasn't really going anywhere. You shouldn't have to do that, and it's our own fault because, you know, we're defending in numbers when we should really be, you know, looking for the third goal, and we invite, you know, Oxford on, and when you do that, you're causing your own problems. And Oxford win a free kick, and the score from the resulting free kick, it was just from outside the box, and Carl Darlow, he tried to stretch for it, and he got a touch on it, but it was going right into the top right-hand corner, and they pull a goal back 2-1. I'm a little bit nervous at that point, and we've only got ourselves to blame, and Newcastle being Newcastle, we're always there for the taking, and we never seem to see a game out. That's what I was expecting. I'm like, say the game out, say it out, let's not fuck up now, but we managed to fuck up. Bruce did take off Almiron because he was looking rather tired, and of course he doesn't really have many options to choose from. And was it a bad move? A lot of fans think it was. I would probably go in that category, but at the same time, it's a 50-50 move. You know, we should still be getting the job done. 2-1 down against Oxford, given that we had a 2-0 lead. But fair play to Oxford. You know, there was a little bit of a scramble in the box, and the 93rd minute, there was 94 minutes on the clock, a minute to go, and it fell nicely to their player, and he hit it first time. It was a Holland straight into the bottom corner, and Darlow had absolutely no chance. He was diving for it, but again, poor defending by us, you know, allowing Oxford to have that chance. We should be clearing our lines a lot better than that, and we're lucky that that hasn't been the goal that's, you know, gave them the momentum to go on and win the game. And yes, they do force extra time. They deserve it in terms of their second half performance. I thought we were better first half. Second half, we were very, very slow to everything, lethargic, very similar to the Norwich game, Everton game, and we got a taste of our own medicine, of course, you know, against Everton, very poor, got 2 late goals, and we've been given a taste of it last night against Oxford. And extra time, first period, we both had chances, and just before extra time, to be fair, Sean Longstaff had a big chance to, you know, double the lead, make a 3-1, but he didn't, so obviously that's cost me. But in the first period of extra time, I thought Oxford probably had the better chances, and they could really have went 3-2 up, and we had to really ride the storm because their confidence would have been up, given, you know, that they've come from 2-0 down to 2-2, the forced extra time, and up steps Alan St. Maximin in the second period of extra time when there's 5 minutes to go. You're thinking that it's going to go to penalties, and if they went to penalties, it would have been Oxford, in my opinion, who would have been favourites, given that they're the home side. Pressure's on us, given we're the Premier League side, but he picks up the ball on the left-hand side. He just makes a solo run into the box, and he beats a couple of Oxford players, and he fires it into the back of the net, and we're 3-2 up. I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm off my seat. I've lost me breath, and I'm thinking we're going to bottle it, you know, given that we're 2-0 up, and yes, Oxford were tiring out, but the fact that we've won the game so late on, normally if it does go, you know, to extra time, we'll lose it, or if it goes to pens, we'll lose it, and we've come off the right-hand side of this goal, and it's fantastic. Yes, it was deserved in terms of we had a little bit more quality, but Oxford tired, and obviously when you're tired, especially at their level, it's always a case for them to try and defend, and if it doesn't, you know, go for them, which it didn't. Luck does go against you, and luck did go against them, and all luck was in. We got the 3-2 win. Oxford had a couple of chances at the end, but nothing really to threaten Darlow, and we're seeing out the game 3-2, and very lucky for ourselves, got through to the 5th round of the FA Cup for the first time in 14 years, and we're taking on West Bromwich Albion at the Hawthorns. That tie will take place from either the 15th to the 18th, so it'll be one of those dates. I'm being told it's Thursday, but we'll have to wait and see. And I'm just pleased that we're through to the 5th round, but we'll do it the hard way. And we're lucky because of it being a Championship side or a Premier League side, we might have actually gone out on the night. And I'm glad our fans have had something to celebrate, because it's a long way to go. And if we had blown a 2-2, you know, sorry, a 2-0, then I would have been absolutely fuming. You know, and against a League One side as well, yes, they deserve that 2-2, but you should be seeing the job, you know, out against Oxford. We'll have, and we've got something to look forward to. So I give Bruce a lot of credit, you know, for still believing in the lads, getting them J'd up for the extra time, and it's easy just to crumble, and we could have easily been, you know, that club that could have been the shock of round 4, and that's why the BBC were there, because they sensed an upset and we weren't one of them. So I'm just pleased that, we've managed to get through, and fair play to, to Oxford on the night for giving their absolute all. The players have played out their skin, and I do hope, that Oxford can stay in the playoffs, potentially get automatics and get promoted to the Championship, because that squad is actually really, really good. It's worthy, of Championship football, do beg your pardon, and they played some really good, stuff on the night. Not just at Oxford, but it's St James's Park, and they never say die attitude, and we know League One's tight, but, they're playing for the manager, and of course he's got promotions on his CV, so he knows exactly what, he's getting from, this league that they're in, and he knows exactly what he wants from his players, and the players are responding to him. And fair play, to Oxford for actually giving away a game, for a good, 45 minutes in the second half and a good half an hour in the extra time, because it could have went either way. And I'm just glad it was us, and it's important for the city that we'll get through to, the FA Cup. We'll have a cup run, and no disrespect to Oxford, but this is a very good run for us in terms of getting into the 5th round, potentially. Who knows where we could go beyond that. It's one game at a time. But man of the match was given to Sean Longstaff by the BBC. I have to agree with that. But then at the same time, you could say Almira ran him close. I thought he had a really good game before he was subbed, before Oxford got back into the game at 2-2. St Maximin, for the winner. I thought he played really well and showed his quality at times. And, that was it. For me, it was just we needed a performance from Sean Longstaff to prove the doubters wrong that he still has the quality. Yes, I know he scored against the League One side, but he needed to show a really good performance on the pitch, and he did that. And that's what we expect from, the lads that play for this football club. You gave your all, for a good 90 minutes or a good 120 minutes, if that's what it takes, like it was, in the match last night. And fair play to Sean Longstaff for proving the doubters wrong. So yeah, we've won 3-2. Fantastic result. Let us know down below in the comments who your man of the match was. Let us know if you were at the game. And follow me on social media, 100% NUFC on Twitter and Instagram. And subscribe to the channel as well. Help us out. Let's grow the channel. And hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. I'm going to have a break now for a week, since we don't play until Arsenal in a week and a bit's time. I think it's a week on Sunday. And while they're taking a break, I'm taking a break. And I need to get my breath back. And there's been a lot of videos posted over the course of the last few months, but if I do post, I will let you know down below in the comments of this video, or I'll let you know on Instagram and all that good stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. 3-2, absolutely buzzing. Oxford fans, commiserations. I hope you do get promoted at the end of the season, and thank you so much for everyone who's watched. I'll see you all in the next one. How are the lads, and I'll see you later.